So we frequently get asked about 4K. Is it something you really need or want? And that's a great question. Our industry is certainly using that as sort of a thing to move towards. You're seeing a lot in televisions, and it translates obviously to large scale LED signage as well. But there's a few things to keep in mind. One is the first one is content. So there's not really a common disc format to do that. Even something like a Blu-ray disc is 1080p, which is only 1/4 of a 4K signal. So there's not really an easy way to get the content out there. And frankly, there's not a whole lot of content that's been created to do that. So if you're going to do 4K, it pretty much means that you have to create your own content. And even the computer systems to do that need to be pretty significant computer systems with a lot of memory and a lot of video processing power to do that. And even once you make the file, it's a very large file, so transferring it around pretty much requires that to go around on a hard disk. There's not really a whole lot of easy ways to move files that large. It becomes very unwieldy when you make a long video. When you go to a trade show and see a 4K display, it's always pretty short clips, and that's for a reason. It's just really hard to have a long clip of 4K. So the other thing is the physical size of a display. As you might know, on an LED display, each one of those pixels, and there's a whole lot of them in 4K. 4K is 4,096 pixels by 2,048 pixels, so that's a whole lot of pixels. Or UHD is 3840 by 2160. So both of those are used somewhat interchangeably, but even still, that's a very, very large display. If each one of those pixels is a physical LED package, even in a 2.5, which is a very tight pixel pitch for an LED display, that display is 18 feet tall and 32 feet wide. If we think of a more conventional 5 or 6 millimeter, you're probably talking 35 to 40 feet tall and about 65 or 70 feet wide. So you're not talking about like stadium end zone size displays, and that's a very tight pixel pitch for something like that. So can you do 4K in LED? Absolutely. We've even built one before. But do you need to do 4K? I don't know if it's entirely necessary right now. It's just going to make for a very, very large display, very, very expensive content to create and manage. So it's a great thing for us to sort of shoot towards and to be interested in, but I don't think it's entirely necessary to do.